Hi, and welcome back. This week I was reviewing some of my old Chronicle newsletters. If you're anything like me, you subscribe to way too many things in your email box and you get around to them months and months later. And one of the things that I was reading about was that Notre Dame had redone their general education curriculum. And it reminded me of the fact that, of course, we've recently redone our general education curriculum. And the similarities between what they had done and what we had done were remarkably similar. And I thought this was really interesting and something that maybe people who are not directly involved in that general education reboot process may not be familiar with. So I thought it would be good to come to you this week to talk a little bit about what we're doing in general education, even though it's not the psychology department stuff at all, because there are some additional teaching opportunities over there in our general education program. So I wanted to bring it forward for you because I think that sometimes our adjunct faculty members want to do more teaching, but that within our particular program, we may not have enough classes at the particular time slot they want to teach at, or day, or time frame. So I wanted to bring forth that opportunity and tell you a little bit about more what's happening over in general education, because it is, of course, going to influence the students that you have and will hopefully help prepare them better for our classes here in the psychology department as well. First, let me tell you a little bit about some of the changes that were made over in general education. That was before we had a very broad list of topics that students had to go through. But what that meant is they weren't getting a lot of opportunities to integrate and to experience in a hands-on way some of the concepts in the field, because they were taking intro classes here, of course, all these fields. So we have simplified the requirements and made fewer of them. And much like Notre Dame, have incorporated some of the high impact practices from the AA and CNU. And that is the Association for American Colleges and Universities recommendations about what good practices are for universities within the programs that they offer. So some of the things that we actually do is we now have first year experiences, we have a common intellectual experience, we have collaborative assignments and projects, we have a lot more undergraduate research, we have diversity and global learning processes, service learning, community-based learning opportunities, as well as some capstone courses and projects. And the nice thing about this list is that, and I'll link this all below, is that it's giving students some of the core skills that we know they need for our program, which of course we selfishly like them to have, but also skills that they're going to need down into their careers and things that employers say they want. Things like good writing skills or quality quantitative reasoning or the ability to think critically or to engage in thought processes with other people, right? That may think things differently than they do. And so I'll link to our LACE requirements below. But I think one of the things that's also nice is that we purposely incorporated this list to not only reflect best practices, but also what is best about Mount St. Mary's. So we actually have students that are taking classes in the spirit of the founders. So these are ones that come from the social justice traditions that we have within our Catholic heritage of our university. We also have them taking community classes, global awareness and understanding, women and gender, not surprising at a women's university is part of that, as well as integrative scholarship. And I'm bringing this list up because it's the integrative scholarship and that first year experience that I talked about earlier where these teaching opportunities are. So the first year experience is called First Year Seminar, and it's a 2-semester long process that students take. And these are opportunities for faculty members to engage in common reading experiences in that first semester experience, where all students are looking at the same text and analyzing the same text in that same first semester. Additionally, the second semester, there are some other faculty opportunities that are a little bit more program specific, so specific to our psychology field, that would allow you to work in tandem with a couple other professors who will also teach from the same topic. So for example, if we were looking at social justice, maybe you're looking at it from a psychological point of view, but then also from a history point of view, and then maybe also from the Catholic point of view. And this allows students to see how different people from different backgrounds can see the same issue and can all work together on the same issue. What's unique about our general education program is, like I said, we're using those high impact practices, which many other universities use as well. But we focus on something we call LACE, which is the liberal arts core education. And that has dual significance. The first significance here is that it is looking at categories that I've mentioned already that are unique to our university. The women and gender specificity, the community specificity, spirit of founders, as well as that global awareness and understanding pillar. And what this is these are classes that show students the connections between the subject matter, the majors that they're in, and these more broad pillars that they respond to. So for example, we have a gender course within psychology, which of course fits nicely in with that women and gender pillar that is unique to our particular general education course. But what I like about this is a great opportunity for faculty members, if you want to develop some courses that will allow students to see these connections between our field and kind of the broader world. So for example, we have some faculty members who have developed courses that look at developmental psychology and are trying to connect that to a more global context. So to show the interaction of the environment on how people develop. Additionally, we've had ones pitched for looking at how spirituality and psychology intersect. So there's a lot of things that could be done, but we need your good ideas to do it. So I'd encourage you to connect in with me, and I can talk to you a little bit more about some of those opportunities, because I think they are really unique to our university, and it's something that we do that's not only a high impact practice in that it helps students retain and learn information better, but it also allows us to showcase what is unique about our university. Now, I said there are two things that are kind of dually important about LACE. The second one, pardon me while I grab my notes, is the actual LACE. And I'll link to it on the website, but you can just see some of the original LACE that our founders of our university, that is the Sisters of St. Joseph of Carondelet, actually were creating in order to help impoverished women have careers, that is, as lace makers. So LACE is kind of dually significant to our university in that it's obviously the liberal arts, the core of our university, but also it's a tool to empower women. And historically it has been, and I'd argue that of course our new liberal arts curriculum is also a tool to empower a newer generation of women as they go out into their careers. So I hope that learning a little bit about our general education curriculum helps you see how our students are now going to be better prepared for our own classes, and also gives you some additional teaching opportunities if you're interested in working cross-disciplinary, and if you're interested in working in other situations that might be of a more cross-disciplinary nature. So again, if you're interested in some of these teaching opportunities, either watch for the emails from our provost office, or you can connect in with me and I'll make sure that I connect you to the right person to be considered for some of those opportunities in the future. Thank you for tuning in today, and I will come to you next week with additional resources. Have a good one.